Hello everyone, today our topic is how to create team-up events from Google Sheets. So in my Google Sheet, I'm going to keep records of all my upcoming events, and now whenever I'm going to add new detail of an event in my Google Sheet, then automatically I'm going to capture the detail of that event and I'm going to use these event details to create a new event automatically in Teamup. So for this, I need to build a connection between Google Sheets and Teamup. So for building this connection, I'm going to use Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing software for automation and integration. In Pabbly Connect, I have to use trigger and action. In trigger application, I'm going to use Google Sheets. In action application, I'm going to use Teamup. So how I'm going to build this connection? For that, let me take you to my computer screen. I hope all you can see my computer screen, and today we are going to see that how we can create Teamup events from Google Sheets. So suppose we have created a record of all upcoming events in our Google Sheet, and now we want to use these event details to create new events automatically in Teamup Calendar. So we are going to use the event details that we have in Google Sheets, and automatically by using these details, we are going to create new events in Teamup. So here my objective is that whenever I'm going to add a detail of a new event in Google Sheet, then automatically by using all these details, I'm going to create a new event in Teamup. So for my objective and for doing all this automatically, what I need to do is I need to use Pabbly Connect. And with the help of Pabbly Connect, I'm going to build a connection between Google Sheets and Teamup in such a way that whenever I'm going to add a new event details in my Google Sheet, then automatically by using that event details, I'm going to create a new event in Teamup Calendar. So I want to build this connection without any coding and programming skills, and I want all this to happen automatically. So how I'm going to build this connection and how I can use Pabbly Connect? For that, I need to open a new tab and search for pabbly.com/connect, and it will take us to this landing page of Pabbly Connect. Here we have two options, sign in and sign up for free. If you don't have any account with Pabbly Connect, then you just have to click on this sign up for free button, and it will take only 2 minutes of your time, and you will get 100 tasks free every month. Or if you already have an account, you can just sign in and you will get to see this page. So these are all the apps that Pabbly offers, and we are going to use Pabbly Connect here. For that, I need to click here on this Access Now button under Pabbly Connect, and it will direct us to the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. Here, this is the workflow section, and we can see all the workflows that we will create here. This is the folder section. We can create new folder here, and we can save any workflow in any particular folder that we want. Now here I want to create a new workflow. For that, I need to click here on this create workflow button, and this window will pop up. Here I have to name my workflow, so I'm going to name it as my objective, which is to create Teamup events from Google Sheets. And now I have to save my workflow in any folder, so I'm going to open this tab. And in this tab, I will find all the folders that I have created in my Pabbly Connect account. And here I have this particular folder of Google Sheets. So I'm going to select this, and I'm going to save my workflow in this particular folder. So I'm going to click on create, and it will take us to this most important window of our workflow. Here we have two boxes, trigger and action. So these are the two main principles on which our workflow works on. And trigger says when this happens, action says do this. So trigger is going to be the first step that will get executed in our workflow, and action will just follow that. So we have to set up our trigger first, and here my trigger application is going to be Google Sheets. So I'm going to select Google Sheets here, and now I have to give a trigger event. So I'm going to open this tab, and new or updated spreadsheet row will be my trigger event. So I'm going to select this. And now I have to connect Google Sheets with Pabbly Connect, and for that I need to use this webhook URL, and this webhook URL is going to work as a bridge between Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect. Now for connecting Google Sheet and Pabbly Connect in my workflow, I need to follow all these instructions. So first I need to copy this webhook URL. Now let me take you back to my Google Sheet, and in Google Sheet I'm using this spreadsheet of Teamup Events 2024, and here I have all these columns. And I have this last data entry column, which is column F, and here I'm going to add the note for my events. So what I want is I want to connect this particular spreadsheet of Google Sheet with Pabbly Connect, and for that what I need to do is I need to go to extensions. I have to go to Pabbly Connect webhooks, and I need this particular extension. But if you don't have this particular extension, then what you need to do is you need to go back to add-ons, and you have to open get add-ons. and it will take us to Google Workspace Marketplace. Here we need to search for our extension, which is Pabbly Connect Webbook. So I'm going to open this, and here this is our extension. So what we need to do is we need to install this particular extension, and I have already installed this. So I'm going to close this, and I will go back to extensions, and I'm going to open my extension of Pabbly Connect Webbook. And in this, I have this option of initial setup. So I'm going to open this. And now I have these two options, webbook URL and trigger column. So first I'm going to give that webbook URL that I have copied from Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to paste that here. And now I have to give a trigger column. So the trigger column will be a final data column on which if the data is added, the whole of that row data will be sent to the webbook URL. So in my spreadsheet, I have column F, which is my last data entry column. And whenever any data will be filled in that particular column, then automatically the data of that whole row will be sent to Pabbly Connect. Now here I need to give a trigger column. So my trigger column is going to be column F. And now I need to click on send test. And here my test data has been sent successfully. So I have sent the data of my first row that I have added in my Google Sheet with the detail of my upcoming event. Now what I need to do is I need to click on submit, and my setup is configured successfully. Now I'm going to close this. Now here what I want is that whenever I'm going to add new details of an event, then automatically I want that event details to be sent to Pabbly Connect. So for that, what I need to do is I need to go to extensions. I need to go back to Pabbly Connect Webbooks, and here I need to enable this option of send on event. Now after enabling this option, what is going to happen is that every time I'm going to add new rows with the detail of new events, then automatically all those event details will be sent to Pabbly Connect. Now let me take you back to Pabbly Connect. And here we can see we have received the response. So in this response, I have the trigger column, which is column F. I have my start time, which is of 2 p.m. I have the start date, which is 4th May 2024. I have my spreadsheet name, which is Teamup Events 2024. And also I have my event title, which is Science Webinar. I have the note for my event, which is this is a webinar for understanding concept of molecular particles. And also I have the end date and time. So my end date is same as 4th of May 2024. And I have the end time, which is 2:30 p.m. So here I have received all these details. And now what I need to do is I need to use all these details of my event to create a new event in my Teamup calendar. So for that, what I need to do is I need to set up my actions tab. So I'm going to open this tab, and here my action application is going to be Teamup. So I'm going to select Teamup here, and now I have to give an action event. So I'm going to open this tab, and create an event will be my action event. So I'm going to select this, and I'm going to connect Teamup with Pabbly Connect. So I'll click here on connect. I will click on add new connection, and for connecting Teamup with Pabbly Connect, I need an API key and the calendar key. So for getting the API key, what we need to do is we need to first register our application for requesting an API key for free. And after registering that application, we will get our API key from Teamup team, and then we need to fill that API key here. So for getting the API key, you need to register your application. I have already registered my application, so I'm going to fill my API key here. And now I need to give a calendar key. So how I can find my calendar key? For that, let me take you back to my Teamup account. Here I'm going to click here on this 3 bars button, and here I'm going to go to settings. Now in settings, I have to go to sharing, and here in sharing, I need to create a new link. So I'm going to click here on this create link button. Now I have to give a name. So I'm going to name it as Teamup Events, and here I'm going to scroll down, and I have to select the calendars. So I'm going to open this tab, and I'm going to select this option of selected calendars. And here I have to give the permissions to my calendar. So I'm going to open this tab, and I'm going to give permission of modify. And I'm going to do that for all the calendars. And similarly, I have to give a default permission. So that will be again modify. And now I have to click on save. And here I have added this link. So now what I need to do is I need to copy this link. I will take you back to Pabbly Connect. And I'm going to paste that link here in this calendar key. And here after this teamup.com/ I have my key. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear all this before my key. And here this is going to be my calendar key. So I have filled all the required details. Now what I need to do is I need to click on save. And here I've connected Teamup with Pabbly Connect. Now for creating an event, I need to fill all these details. And first I need to select my sub calendar. So I want to create events in this particular calendar of events. And if you want to create your events in any other sub calendar, then what you need to do is you need to open this tab and you can select any calendar that you want. So I'm going to select this events calendar. And now I have to fill all these details to create a new event in Teamup. So first I need to give an event title. So I have to set my event title from my Google Sheet response. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that response and I'm going to map all the details that are required here. So for that, what I need to do is I need to use mapping. And what mapping is a technique through which I can retrieve the data from the previous steps, and the data that is changing will get replaced with the new data in the real time. So for mapping, I need to click here. I will open the response of Google Sheets. And here this is my event title, which is Science Webinar. So I'm going to map this. And now I need to give a start date and end date. And here for the start date and end date, I need this particular format. But I'm not receiving my dates in this particular format, and I need to do one more thing. So I'm receiving my start date and time and end date and time from my Google Sheet in a time zone of Asia Kolkata, but I need these date and time in UTC time zone. So for changing the format and getting the right time zone, what I need to do is I need to add more action steps between these two steps. So I'm going to click here on this add action step button, and here for changing the format and the time zone of my date, I need to use a tool that is date and time formatter. So I'm going to select that and I need to give an action event. So I'm going to open this tab and format time zone only will be my action event. So I'm going to select this and I'm going to connect date and time formatter with Pabbly Connect. So I will click here on connect and now I need to give a date and time. So here first I'm going to map my start date and time. So I'm going to click here. I will open the response of Google Sheets. And here this is my start date, so I'm going to map this first. And now I need to give the time. So for giving the time, I have to add T here. And now I'm going to map my start time. So this is going to be my date and time. And now I have to give the from format. So I have mapped these details in this particular format. Now what I need to do is I need to give the time zone in which this date is in. So I'm going to select my time zone of Asia Kolkata here. So I'm going to select that. And this is my from time zone, and I want to change this date and time in UTC time zone. So I'm going to open this tab and again I'm going to search for UTC time zone. So this is my time zone of ETC UTC. So I'm going to select this and now I have filled all the required details. Now what I need to do is I need to click on save and send test to quit button, and here in the result I have received my start date and time in the particular format that I want. Now similarly I'm going to add one more action step. And I'm going to follow the same step for my end date and time. So I'm going to again search for my date and time formatter. I'm going to select that. I'm going to select my action event. So I'm going to open this tab and format time zone only will be my action event. I'm going to connect date and time formatter. Now I'm going to give my end date and time. So this is my end date. I'm going to add T in between these. And now I'm going to give the end time. Now I'm going to change my from time zone, which is in Asia Kolkata. So I'm going to select that. Similarly, I'm going to give my to time zone, which is in ETC UTC time zone. And now I need to click on save and send test to quit button. And here I have received this result. So this is going to be my end date and time. Now I have received my start date and time and end date and time. Now what I need to do is I need to open this tab. And here I'm going to map my start date and end date. So I'm going to click here. So I'm going to first open this response of first date and time formatter. And in the result, I have my start date and time. So I'm going to map this. Similarly, I'm going to map my end date and time. And now I have to map the notes. So I have the note in my Google Sheet response. So I'm going to click here. I will open the response of Google Sheets. And here this is the note for my event. So I'm going to map this. And here I have filled all the required details. Now what I need to do is I need to scroll down. And here I have all these details. So you can fill all these details if these details are required to you. But these are not the required details for me. So I'm going to click on save and send test to quit button. And here we can see I have received this response. So this is a positive response, and this means that I have created a new event automatically in my Teamup calendar with the details that I have of an event in my Google Sheet. Now to check this, let me take you to my Teamup account. I will go back to calendars. And here in my Teamup calendar, we can see I've created this new event, which is named as Science Webinar. and the date is of 4th of May 2024 and the timing is of 2 p.m. and my end date and time is same as 4th of May 2024 and the timing is 2:30 p.m. So here this is the title of my event and I have the description, which is this is a webinar for understanding concepts of molecular particles. So here I have used all the details of the event that I had in my Google Sheet, and by using all those details I have created an event automatically in my Teamup Calendar. So here my connection between Google Sheet and Teamup is working successfully, and whenever I'm going to add a new detail of a calendar in my Google Sheet, then automatically I'm going to use those details to create a new event in my Teamup account. Now I'm going to close this, and now to check this in real time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my Google Sheet, and here I'm going to add new details of an event in a new row. So here my event title will be team meeting. I'm going to give a start date, that will be 3rd of May 2024. I'm going to give a start time, which will be from 1 p.m. I'm going to give an end date, which will be same 3rd of May 2024. I'm going to give an end time, which will be 2 p.m. And now I have to give a note. So my note will be, this is a regular team meeting. So this is going to be my note. And now what should happen is that automatically by using all these details of my new event, a new event should be created in my Teamup calendar. Now to check whether I have created this event in my Teamup account or not, let me take you back to Teamup. And here in my Teamup calendar, we can see I have created this new event on 3rd of May. So I'm going to open this event. And here this is the title of my event, which is team meeting. And the start time is of 3rd of May 2024, 1 p.m. And time is 3rd of May 2024, 2 p.m. And here I have the calendar, which is of events. And I have the description of my event, which is this is a regular team meeting. So here we can see that I have used the details that I have just filled in my Google Sheet with my event details, and automatically I have used those details to create a new event in my Teamup calendar. So here my connection between Google Sheet and Teamup is working successfully. Now let's go back to Pabbly Connect. And I have successfully created this automation between Google Sheets and Teamup in such a way that whenever I'm going to add a new detail of an event in my Google Sheet, then automatically I'm going to create a new event in my Teamup calendar. So let's summarize what we did here. First I have set up my trigger, and my trigger application was Google Sheets and my trigger event was new or updated spreadsheet row. Then I have set up my actions tab to get the right time zone for my start date and time and end date and time. And in the end, I have used Teamup as my action application, and my action event was create an event. So this is how I have successfully created this workflow. And you can also create this workflow by following all the steps that I did in my workflow. And I'm also going to put the link of my workflow in the description so you can check it out from there. And thank you for watching this video.
Not just these applications, you can automate and integrate a lot more applications like this by using Pabbly Connect. So if you want to reach out to us, then email us at support@pabbly.com. And if you have any queries, then you can write us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any issue with the pricing, then you can visit this link. And if you like this video, then please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.